That ain't good. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. We're gonna do it right now. The time has come to replace all of this. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of gonna be sad with this gone. It's a very unique feature of the house. Some might say that it's scary looking, but all of this sill right here, if I had to guess, is totally destroyed. Over here, you can see, not too long ago, replaced the sill in this area, and I sistered up some joists here. I made a video on that, and in the video, I actually said, I got my jack set up, ready to fix that, and I'm just gonna end the video here because it's the same way to do this. And that wasn't entirely true, because up here, it's not like I can cut it out just sections at a time. I need to replace it with something solid that goes from this side to that side to carry the load of the floor joists. What's supporting that double sill? Well, on either side, you have concrete. In the middle here, they decided to put this. It's a nice big old board, but it's on the flat, not the best thing in the world. And that is supported by posts, but now they're not even touching. And if you look at the other side, that's really bad. And on the bottom, there's dirt. Dirt shouldn't be pouring into your basement. So that's one thing I have to figure out when this gets pulled out. There's some concrete missing. I want to fill that in. I want to fill in all this concrete that's missing so that I have something solid to sit on. And then on the other side, same thing, but also you have ant damage. So one way that I'm sure you've seen inspectors take a knife and they stab the sill like this seems pretty solid. But right here, the inside of this is totally gone. However, right here, it seems solid. So it's hard to say that there is actually ant damage by just poking it with a knife like that. Here's a sign right here. You can tell that this sill is being crushed. I think my joists are fine. I think just the inside of this is all damaged and it's actually acting like a sponge, just getting crushed with all that damage on the inside. And if you take a look up here in between these boards, this right here, all that kind of sawdust is called frass. And there's a little spot in the wood. So these are all signs. Here's another sign. The bulkhead stairs, obviously in really bad shape. And this was caused by this bulkhead. I replaced it a couple years ago, but before that, water was just pouring in here and just saturating this entire area. And that's worth mentioning that not all of this is necessarily ant damage. The wood can get wet, it starts to rot away, and that moisture will invite ants in to make a home. On the outside, I took care of all of the waterproofing. I don't have water coming in here anymore. Took care of the siding, so no water's getting in that way. And I treated the house for ants and termites. These stairs are part of the project. But first, we're gonna take care of this. I'm really torn because this needs to be fixed and supported properly, and I have to make these stairs safe. But this is like the last really unique feature of this house that I moved in here with. And my heart's breaking a little bit, but gotta get rid of it. And this video is actually a little bit different because I have a friend helping me out, which I never do. But with this one, I really just want to try and get the bulk of it done all in one day. So I called in for some help. Mike is here, and I'm excited because Mike has a lot of experience, more than me, in fact. He's been doing this pretty much his whole adult life. So thank you, Mike, for helping me.
No problem.
So basically, our goal is to cut out all of this rotted wood from water damage, ants. I'm not sure exactly which is worse yet, but we're gonna tear it out. I'm gonna put a header in here, replace any sill damage that I need to, and support it down to this concrete. So, you good, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Might as well go the whole way, right? Not just from here to that double. I'm gonna try and cut it right here and hope that it's good. I would just go on this one. If we have to go over here, we have to. I don't want to, but. Go 70? You want to come here? I mean, no, you can put it right there, I guess. To raise it up, yeah. Mike's making me feel inadequate by wearing his tool belt, so I'm going to put mine on. I should have mine on anyways. Yeah. So we're making 2 T's that go like this to raise this whole thing up all at once. We got 2 bottle jacks. So we're going to try and raise everything all at the same time. Lowering the jacks all the way, making sure they're tightened up. This one leaks, FYI.
Okay, well, let's go quick.
Yep. Yeah, about that. Here, let's make it even. Okay, hold on. Wow. There's a lot of weight on there.
It's not budging. Are we gonna closer if you want?
I'm gonna have to, I think. It's not budging. I don't think we're close enough. We're probably just bowing this right here more than we are, you know, raising it over here. What happens if we just try and go up one at a time?
Yeah, let's go one at a time.
I'm just thinking like the middle. Now, do you want to start in the middle here and then work our way out, or do you want to start from one end?
I start at one end.
Okay. I gotta watch out for these pipes and everything. All right, going up. Is it actually going now?
Keep going?
Yeah. Okay. This. Watch my fingers. Maybe get some gloves, Matt. All right. I think there's a gap there.
Always put your finger in there to test it.
Yep. So we can get the other jack if you want. Put it here. Here we go. Right here, you can see this concrete block is getting raised up, which what we're thinking is because there's probably a bolt right here. So we're raising this up, and these are probably nailed to here. So as we're bringing it up, this is going up, which is actually a good sign because I'm planning on cutting this, and as long as this is in good shape, I'm going to leave it. And that tells me that that's in good shape because that bolt is holding strong right there, if that's what it is. So we're going to support here and what we have already without raising it up anymore and start cutting. I built this shim for this occasion, Mike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it worked out.
Oh, that's perfect then.
Yep. Okay, do we need to nail anything? We're leaving this here, so this should be fine. If it goes anywhere, it's gonna go dink.
You want to check that window?
Yeah, let me go check the window. I think we went up a little too far, Mike. The door's stuck shut, and we got some cracking right here. And that's exactly what's gonna happen that you have to be careful of.
We did this to show everyone.
Exactly. At least the window's good. We got to drop that. So the bulkhead is separate. And you can see now there's a gap because this is actually resting on concrete by itself. And then if you look here, this is actually raising up too. So that kind of stuff is going to happen. So we raised this up a little too much where that door was sticking. We dropped it down enough where we could still open the door, but it still needs to go down. Hopefully we've taken the weight off of that sill completely and off of this. Now we can start cutting it out, and when we put a new piece in, we're gonna drop it down a little more. So we're gonna have that be a little shy when we put that sill back in. So hopefully that door goes back to being operational. And as far as getting all of this level or straight, It's really not going to happen. This house has settled in all different places. Really, levels and string lines are telling me that all of this needs to drop because the concrete wall on the outside has actually sank over 70 years, which happens. So I'm not worried about making this perfectly level or straight. We're just going to support it the way it was before, and it's all going to be new and safe. I like to take things out piece by piece. Okay, look at that. I'll be filling all that in. Go. Ah. Okay. Gonna try and break these out. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Not much left to them. Okay, yeah, that worked. Heads up. Joists do have some minor damage, but it's really not enough to have to sister these up or replace anything. There we go. And as you can see, there is actually no box joist to this house. It's just the way it was framed. So we don't have to worry about that. All right, the bulk of that is gone. We can clean it up later. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna cut this straight up and hope that this damage isn't too bad, so we can just leave this over here. Well, I'm gonna have the expert look. I already have my decision.
I think this is solid enough.
Yep. That's my decision too. So we're at a point where we cut all of the structure out, and now I'm just gonna clean up the nails. I'm gonna cut my old new sill back half on, just the KD, the kiln dried, not the PT. Just cut that so when we put this new sill in, we can overlap it. And I think we're gonna put this sill in and then drop this down a little bit so the weight is back on that, so that we can make sure that the door upstairs is gonna be good. If it drops a little more, that's fine. If it drops to where it was, that's fine. And then we're gonna worry about taking care of this header. 26 and 3 quay. Gets them every time. This is sill seal. This is going to go between the concrete and the PT. Here, we'll put the piece in.
Keep the rings up on the PT. Not that it really matters in this instance.
If I can, I'm going to try and get some screws in here at an angle. That was fairly satisfying. Yep. Okay. I think we can go a little stronger than a 1/2 inch because once we drop this, you know what? I would go 5/8. What's this? We actually should probably go the same as this. That's not bad. Oh, yes. Ooh, a 5-in-1. I never thought to carry a 5-in-1 on me. So I'm going to put this piece up on top here, and then I'm going to have Mike take this piece, which is our rip, and kind of hammer it in through here. I might be able to just push it because I made it a little loose because we want to drop that down. That seems pretty tight, but when you drop the weight of the entire house on this, it will compress. It needs to go more, Mike, if it can. Hopefully I had a nice cut in there. What about just the PT? Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
How's that?
Good here.
Let's get it in place, and then we can drop it down and then attach screws. That makes sense to you, Mike?
Yep.
Nothing on that. Awesome. Okay, now all the weight is sitting on that sill. We're taking our original idea down, we just left up there, and we ended up having to take this piece that we ripped, the pressure treated piece out, ripping it down a little more so that the door would go back to where it was basically. And now we're just getting a jack in here, jack here, and this post right here. I'm going to take this out, and then we can start working on this header. Anything you want to add, Mike? How was your steak and cheese?
A little much.
All right, there we go. Oh. So aggressive. Yes. I decided that this side is in pretty decent shape, so we're not doing anything with this sill over here. We're just doing the header from here on. I'm gonna clear out all this, any stuff that's loose right here, and fill this all in with some fast setting concrete mix. Just try and close this up so I don't have stuff falling in. Ideally, they would have, you know, anchored this to this, but I mean, it's been up 70 years, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I just don't want dirt falling in here, and I want something to sit on down here with my plate. You know, years and years of dirt. So I got some fast setting concrete mixed up, And I'm just gonna kind of wet this down. We are gonna do something to kind of secure this when we go to attach our jacks for the header. But I'm just gonna wet this down so that the concrete will stick a little better. I'm gonna work from the bottom up. Yeah. So we filled in down here where the plate's gonna go, and then we filled in this gap between the concrete walls. Now, same thing on the other side. I'm actually gonna cut this sill seal because we're gonna hold the jacks away from here. Okay, now we get a measurement for the header. Right, Mike?
That's rightio.
Rightio! I go 58 1/4, Mike. We're making a triple 2x8. What I would rather do is cut this back, put that header in, toenail it, bring our jacks back here with a plate, tight to this concrete this way, however it works out. And then afterwards, I'll put a board in here so it fills the entire thing.
Yeah.
I'll bolt it in here, whether it's going this way or not, and then I'll timber lock it this way.
Okay.
Those really long timber locks.
Yep. I like that plan.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
So we'll just put the header in. I hope I measured it correctly.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's true. Drop it like it's hot. 58 1/4, right?
Yeah.
What the hell did I
How
do?
close are you?
Like a 1/4, but we can't go in straight. That's probably why.
There's your quay.
There's the quay. Okay.
Want me to cut it down?
Yeah.
All right. Do you got this?
I don't know. Oh, nope. There we go. All right, go ahead. Measure away. I got it. I think. Yeah, just cut it long so we can jam it in there.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get it out.
Okay.
There we go. Yep. And yep. Let's do bottom plates.
Yep.
Put the jacks right in there. Whoa, it's quartz! And then like this. I'm gonna attach the bottom plates with Tapcons, concrete screws. Don't get that all over you. Nice. Okay.
Can I rip these while you're doing that?
Please do. Bottom plates are in and the jacks are going in. We got to kind of cut the bottom here at an angle because the concrete's not perfect. Nice. And it can be a little loose because I don't mind dropping this down.
Trim it again, just in case?
Nope, nope, that's good. I might have to trim that 2x4, huh? Oops. Slippery PT.
Trim it?
No. No, that's good. Okay. Okay. I would say you can cut that other one, Mike.
Okay.
Too crazy. Checker for plumb. I went too crazy. So great. I'm going to see if I can close up this gap and support the bulkhead at the same time. Now we can take all of the supports out and everything should be resting on that header. One. This one's out. Okay. That's it. So the header is in, supported by 2 jacks, 2x6, all the way down to the concrete. On both sides, that rotted sill is replaced. So I am comfortable for wrapping it up for the day. And that was a lot easier with my friend Mike here. So end of day 1. Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
I'm about to finish up the framing in that bulkhead area, but before I do that, I just wanted to show you some of the stuff we tore out of here. Some of it is really not in bad shape at all, right? But then some of it, obvious evidence of insects, and some of the sill is just not here because it disappeared and turned into dust. And then you have sections like this that was definitely from insects, whether it's ants or termites. I don't know enough about the subject, but I can see a bunch of black parts right here. So I'm guessing that that was ants, but there's also some wings here. Maybe it was a combination, but all this sawdust is what you call frass, which is just basically created by insects from them eating it or just chewing it up. You can see right here, that all looks like ants. So this stuff, terrible, 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 which I actually was happy to find when I tore this apart because it gave me a reason. I'm happy to get rid of all of this that's just in really bad shape. And if the ants were still there, I would probably at least see one. I did have the house treated for carpenter ants and termites, so it might have been 30 years ago, 40 years ago, who knows, that they were in there. But it's always a good idea every couple of years to get your house treated. So I am happy that this is gone and that is supported properly. One more thing that I want to talk about and address is that gap that was here between this concrete and this concrete on both sides. I believe that when they poured it, there was a gap there to begin with. I watched it over the past couple of years and I haven't seen any movement. But these posts were leaning in at the bottom and there was sand pouring in. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. If there is any movement, that's a much bigger project to get those to stay exactly where they are. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I will keep watching it, but for now, what I'm gonna do as a preemptive step is to put another board here, piece of pressure treated, bolt it in to this concrete wall, and then put some lags in through here and do the same thing on this side. And I think that's gonna help out a lot, along with what I'm gonna do when I do the stairs. I think the combination of the boards I'm gonna add here and the stuff that I'm gonna do when I do the stairs is gonna be enough to put my mind at rest that those walls aren't gonna go anywhere. And if I see any movement, then I'll address it at that point in time. But I'm not really worried about it. 4.5 to 3.25. I'm gonna leave plenty of room here. Over 70.5. This in here. Just don't want to raise that up at all. Pry it as I hammer it in. So these are what I'm going to use. These are expansion anchors. They're 1/2 inch by 4 inch brick, block, and concrete. So what happens is you drill a hole in your 2x like this and into the concrete, and as you tighten this down, it's going to pull this up and it's going to expand the sides here to give it a nice solid hold. I love these things. So that's what I'm going to use there, and then I'm going to use 6-inch timber locks to attach the jacks to the board that I'm putting in right now. Six. 23. I want to leave this sticking out a little bit, but let's see. I think once I hammer this in there, there's really no going back. So. Okay, let's see if this first one is where I want it before I do the rest. Feel that tightening up. Nice. I can even go a little further in than that, but that's definitely going to work. It's nice and tight. Wouldn't you know it, my hole hit where the original anchor was for the old post. So I'm going to go up just a little bit. now my timber locks. I'm gonna put 4 of these in. Timberlock, expansion anchor, timberlock, anchor, timberlock, anchor, timberlock. This thing's solid. And once I figure out what I'm doing with the door, I may cut this or I may put another piece in, but I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Now we can do the same exact thing on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I have to say it. I don't think that's going anywhere. Sorry, I had to do it. What would you guys have done? Anything different? Let me know in the comments. And huge shout out to Mike for helping me out on this one. I still got a lot of work ahead of me with these stairs. I gotta figure out how that's gonna go. You can see all this dirt here, but that's another video. We'll take care of that at a different time. If you want to support this channel, the best thing you could possibly do is watch another one of my videos. It should be showing up here somewhere. It'll be suggested to you, but if you want to support me even more, you can do so on Patreon or by clicking the join button below, and you can join YouTube memberships, and that helps support my channel. And as a bonus, I put a bunch of behind the scenes footage up there, and there's a lot of fun stuff if you are interested. No pressure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. And we're gonna do it right now. The hinges are upside down. How does that work? I built this shim for this occasion, Mike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it worked
out. Oh, that's
out.
perfect then.
Yep. I ripped it by hand and shut up. Okay. Everything's dangerous right now. The stairs broke underneath me. All the things. Now I can't see. You keep doing what you're doing, Mike. Don't listen to her. She ain't the boss.
I never do.
Hold on. I'm gonna cry. Hello. Cut that part out about the screws. I'm not gonna do that just yet. That's stupid. Don't do it. Sneaky little jerks. And we're gonna do it right now. Perfectly together. Tell me, wouldn't that be sweet? Just don't slice yourself open like when we were doing that siding. Get a shot of that.
Michael, what happened?
Boo-boo.
Come on in. Go handheld. Not so much anymore. I have done not so much anymore, but the last and maybe the, oh my God. Yeah, that'll work. Oh my God. Phillips, who did Phillips? Stupid. Is that a drywall screw?
Structural.
There's no way that's a drywall screw. I'm such a hack. I think that was a temporary to get them lined up.
Yes, I believe you.
I gotta stop looking at the camera and going. Just over a ½ inch. When you say just over, Matt, what does that mean? One of those little lines past a ½ inch. Mike, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Okay. One more in the back. Hat to the back. That's the kind of girl I am. Oh my God. Old Ryobi first gen. With a good table saw, you can just push this thing right through.
Any other brand?
Yep, literally any other brand.
No, it's not true.
Hat to the back. Bi-eye construction with Dewey screw 'em and how? I got PT juice on me. That's Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Mike. Hey, Lauren, you want to edit this one? I sure as hell don't. Header is done. Oh, okay. Looks like an old mine shaft. That will work. $79 and a quay.
79 one quay.
82 and a quay. Work like an idiot. I want to do that first because when I tighten this, why do I want to do that? Why do I want to do that? What can happen is the water can come in